Hey everybody, so it's that time. We've been here just over 6 months. Well, me and my children have been here just over 6 months. Nathan's been here around about 9 months. I'm just going to run through where we are mentally, physically, what our plans are for the next 6 months to a year, and just, basically a quick catch up. I'm sat in the car waiting for Freya as she's at gymnastics, so this is a really awkward conversation to have with so many people that are staring at me through the windows. Anywho, so where are we now? So I've been working for a couple of months now, finally, after getting my work permit after all that time. I'm really enjoying it. I've had a lot more opportunities in the short time that I've been here than I've ever had at previous job roles in the UK in the time that I was there. Money's fantastic. Work-life balance is amazing. I've never worked in travel where you work Monday to Friday 9 to 5. It's unheard of, so I'm absolutely loving that. It's great to have weekends off finally after God knows how many years of in fact I've always worked weekends, but I think like a small 4-month stretch at one point where I tried admin at the local council, but it was too boring for me. Yeah, so work's fantastic. Nathan's been given so many more opportunities. He's worked across a couple of different departments, so he's learning new skills. Obviously house prices have been steadily rising here, which has been tragic to watch, because obviously we're planning on buying, but that is hopefully next year's job, depending on how much we manage to get to save in that, because obviously waiting for my work permit, we ate through every single penny of our savings, so we are literally starting from scratch, waiting to, spit it out, Hayley, saving for a deposit on a house. So yeah, we've had our ups and downs. Obviously, if you watch one of the vlogs, you'll know that, and I'm not under the illusion that we won't have any, over the next 6 months or a year. We're currently in the process for PR. That's super exciting. It's a bit stressful watching what's going on with immigration and processing times, because PMP is 22 months, and ideally we were hoping to be able to move to Alberta in the next year, but that's not looking possible. We were going to look at CEC, but even with Nathan's higher education certificate, my 2 years post secondary education, so I did 2 years and a BTEC, which I got two years post secondary for. I did a year of a degree in business and events, but I finished out the year, which actually gave me a higher education certificate, but for some reason they're not taking that, so whatever, Trevor, I'm happy with the 2 years that they gave me. Nathan's will have a year of work experience here in a NOC-B job. He's got an LMI supported job, so he's got points for that part as well. My hair is going crazy. What else has he got? So he's got really good score on his CELPIP as well. And then obviously my job is a NOC-C, I think. So it's kind of not, it doesn't matter. It's not in there. And he's got over 10 years of experience in the UK. So even with all that and experience in Canada, we still only rock up at 465 points, because his age is 33 on application. If he hits 34 in October without a invite, then he'll lose 5 points. So CEC, they're saying around over 500, but we'll see in July when that comes back. If not, then we're just going to apply for PMP and just have to suck up the 22 months it's taken for them to process the PMP once PR application. That isn't including the application for the original PMP, which I think 6 months, which is what, 26 months, isn't it? No, 28 months. Yeah, 28 months. So just over 2 years for completion at the minute on those. That's fine. We're just gonna, you know, it gives us more time to save up more money to put a bigger deposit down and make our repayments less. That's how we're seeing it. So that's absolutely fine. We're enjoying really exploring the island and all that has to offer. If you follow me on Insta, I am constantly updating or putting pictures on there on places that we visit on the island. If you've got any questions or want any recommendations, please message me on Instagram. I'll be happy to point things out for you. We had a beautiful day down at one of the local beaches, and it is a beautiful, and the pictures don't do it justice because the sand is white and it's really fine and the water's clear and it's shallow. And we had a great day yesterday there because it was really warm. The water was bloody polar, but I didn't sort of fray again. I don't know why kids don't feel the way we do, but I managed to walk in, stand in for about 10 seconds and then leg it back out. So hopefully by the summer it'll be a bit warmer. We're expecting some serious temperatures apparently today. It's been on the news that there's probably another heat wave heading our way this summer, which is going to be brutal, but luckily we've got aircon built into the house, thank God. So yeah, so the kids are really settled. We've just got memberships for the local leisure centre, which equates to $66 a month for all 5 of us, and that gives us anytime access, unlimited, to skating, swimming, the gym, fitness classes, what else is it, the mountain biking park and bits and pieces like that. So that's amazing because that works out UK around about £40. Now I couldn't get a gym membership for myself for £40, let alone for the whole family. So Charlie, he's 15, he goes now going to the gym 5 times a week. He goes straight from school because the leisure centre is close to his school, so he can just walk there and then gets a lift back with a friend. So he goes straight after school. Evelyn is, you know, because in BC, I'm not too sure what it's like everywhere else, but here, if you're under 13, you can use public transport for free. So she'll jump on the bus in town and take the 5-minute ride. It's 5 minutes on the bus, but it's longer, obviously much longer to walk down there. And she'll go swimming with her friends or ice skating once it opens back up again, because they've lifted the rinks, obviously, for summer. I've been doing fitness classes because I'm a chubster and need to lose some weight. Because I'm really struggling. When we go out hiking, I end up with my knees and my ankles really hurt afterwards. So kind of a bit of a wake-up call. So I started fitness classes, aqua fitness classes, just to help with the pressure on my body. So once I start losing weight again, I'll hit the gym like I did before, but it's great. And then we go swimming like 3-4 times a week there. The pool is a saltwater pool because neither my husband or my son do well with chlorine, so the pool's salt water, so it's, you know, there's no chemicals in it at all, which is great because it means we can swim for longer without Nathan and Charlie looking like puffy frogs. I don't think there's much more to tell you really. It's going to be a really short vlog. So yeah, we're in a really good place. We're exploring. We've got plans to go to the mainland. We've got my parents coming in, well, my mum coming in July with her fella for a couple of weeks. So we're going to get out and do some whale watching with them, take them around the island and explore a little bit more. We're going to be doing some tubing. So over at Cowichan Lake they have tubing, and it's about 2.5 hours from where you start to where you get picked up on the bus and then take back to the beginning again in the tubes, and it runs down the river. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's one thing we're going to be doing. Evelyn's friend's moving over to Cowichan, so the idea is that we go there and we'll drop her off at her friend's after spending a day there, because it's only an hour and 20 minutes up the road. Then we've got my dad out in September, so we're going to take him around and do a bit. We've got a barbecue now, which is natural gas, so we just hook it up to the gas line at home. So no refilling bottles, which is fantastic. So we've been barbecuing and really enjoying the sunshine. So yeah, happy days. We're really starting to feel more comfortable over here now. Things are starting into place. Our money's starting to replenish finally. Our credit scores are going up so quickly. Do you know, like Nathan was here for so I arrived in October. I didn't get my work permit until January. So when I went to the bank, because I'd said to Nathan, don't go to RBC, go to CIBC because they seem to be more helpful for newcomers, which has completely been the case. Dumbass went to RBC and has been stuck ever since. When I went to CIBC, I went in, I sat with the finance manager. He sorted me out bank account, a savings account, and straight up offered me a credit card with a 1,500 limit on it straight away, with like 2 days after I got my SIN number, my temporary SIM number, which was really good because that's a fantastic way of building your credit. So after that, because Nathan has been trying to get a credit card to help with his credit rating since November with RBC, and they asked for all sorts of information about his past jobs and where we lived before, which we asked them why, because you don't use it for any credit referencing at all. And they was like, oh, it's just because we have to fill in these boxes. And I was like, well, why do you have to fill in those boxes when nobody else does? I went speaking to other people with other being at other banks, and they never gave a clear answer. So it always seemed really hinky to me. And then it took 2 weeks, and then we followed them up, and they was like, oh no, we've not managed to get around to doing your application yet. All right, okay. And then we left it, and then we was like, do you know what, just don't bother, just don't bother. So we pulled the plug on that when we got that reply, and then we asked again in the January before I went to CIBC, and they again came back with asking for more stuff, which we gave them, and then we'd not heard anything for another couple of weeks, and they still said they were in the process of waiting. And in that time, my husband had enough and said, just stop, I'm gonna go to CIBC. So he went to CIBC, sat down with the finance manager, and guess what, got given a credit card straight away without any of the information that RBC was asking from him. Unbelievable. And my husband's got a credit rating here at this point, because by then he'd been August, September, October, November, December, he'd been here 5 months, and we have a car and finance, so he'd built credit rating, some credit rating, just not as fast as you can with a credit card at that point. So it was just crazy. So yeah, he cut ties with RBC and got a credit card with CIBC, and both our credit ratings with those credit cards are really good, considering we started with nothing, especially mine, which obviously I'm a bit behind than he is, because he's had the car finance since October to build his up, and he had a phone contract since August. So yeah, they're moving quickly, which is surprising. I thought it'd take a lot longer to build a credit, like any decent credit rating. I mean, my credit rating would have started in February, because that's when my credit card came through. So that's 2 months, and I've moved from nothing to now into mid-fair, which is really good, if any of you don't know. So it's all positive patties at the minute. Life is good, guys, life is good. So much better than what we have back home. I think that's it. So yeah, our future plans are PR. We're in the process of doing all the bits for that. So Nathan's done his CELPIP. We've both got our Acro police reports. Now there's a lot of misinformation about Acro police reports. People say, oh, you can't get it until 6 months, you know, it only has 6 months. No, not unless you don't visit, so go back to the UK, which we're not planning on until we've got PR. Probably we're not even planning going back after that, to be fair. So we've got them. So we've just got Nathan's wares left to go, because his course finishes at the end of May, and so we'll apply for that in June. Taking forever though, aren't they? Because our application will go in August. I don't know. And then what else? And then my cell pit, which I'll vlog about once I've done it. And I've talked to Nathan about his experience. It's been really positive. My husband hates anything like this, like tests or anything, but it's all, there was spell check and it was multiple choice. So he didn't struggle, you know, he said he didn't struggle with it at all, and he actually got really good results, which let me, oh no, it's on my phone. Which if anybody's interested in, we'll just, you know, pop me a message on Instagram. But he got really good results, which he would not have got on IELTS at all, because they don't have those features. There's a bit more writing and things like that, whereas it was minimal for NAIF. So yeah, that's all I've got to say at the minute. If you've got anything that you'd like to see, for me to speak about, for me to show you, for you to experience before you come over here, whether it's immigration or my experience in my immigration process and what I've learned, or life living where I am, message me. I'm more than happy. In fact, I've done vlogs that people have asked me to. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. So until later, bye bye.